Have I ever not been there for you?
He didn't actually understand. He didn't get the dynamic we had and what it did to us. And me neither, actually. Up until today, I lived some sort of a misunderstanding. But it's over. It's true. You were there. Not just when we lost Astrid, you've always been there. I knew that whatever happened, you'd be there. It's not easy to explain why you fall in love with someone. There was no love at first sight between your father and I. We even lost touch after high school. And still, I went to university in Lyon, and he studied video games in Angoulême, across the country. We found each other again by chance, 3 years later at a friend's party. We talked all night. It was as if we had never been apart. About movies, of course. More specifically, Bridge to Terabithia. A drama about two awkward tweens who become friends. I spent 3 hours explaining to him that I thought the movie sucked, while he cried, reminiscing about the end. He was crying so hard and laughing at the same time. The other guests didn't understand. It's amazing, he said, that you can make art that moves you this way. Oh. Your father loves big emotions. On a day-to-day basis, he seems impervious, but it's all a facade. I was really impressed to see him spill his guts in public. It felt cathartic. I like to hide behind my cynicism. But I have to say, I was kind of jealous. At some point that night, we started making out. And I immediately knew that it would last. There was something in his eyes. When he looked at me, I felt like he saw something invisible. Something wonderful. Something valuable. I couldn't believe, in fact, he was looking at me. I was really anxious at the time about everything. But when I woke up at his place the next day, for a brief moment, the oppressive feeling had disappeared. It happened again when I saw him the next day, and the day after, and then after that, every time we met, in spite of the distance. I felt like I was taking drugs, and it was really good. I hated it. I felt like I could never live up to your composure. I was full of doubts, insecurity, anxiety. I was a waste of your time, Alex.
I never thought so, ever.
I know. Being with you was a gift. But it had to stop.
After Astrid died.
You see my little phone? Even when you're gone, you're never very far. That was the trigger, yes. When Astrid died, I did what I always do. I leaned on you. You would have the answer. You would know what to do. But now, though, I understand. This whole time, your poor dad was fishing out corpses. Not literally. Don't worry, I'm not going crazy. It's just, it reminds me of this story I read while doing research for a screenplay. I wanted to write a social drama. You know, kind of like Ken Loach. I wanted to change the world. I never finished it, fortunately. It probably would have sucked hard. But at the time, this one story really struck me. The story of a guy named Wei Peng, a farmer in the Yellow River Valley who found himself a unique occupation. His cabin is 20 kilometers downstream from Lanzhou, an industrial city that attracts poor folks looking for work. And their life is so terrible that a bunch of them are committing suicide. Young women, especially. Some kids and elderly too, more rarely, but it happens. Every morning, Wei Peng grabs his pitchfork, pops into his small boat, and he searches the river. He's looking for bulky and soft lumps. Most of the time, they're goat carcasses. But every now and then, he finds humans. When Wei Peng manages to identify the body, he sells it. Otherwise, he buries it. Between 500 and 5,000 yuan, depending on the client. I understood why people paid him. It's a horrible feeling not knowing what happened to a loved one. They were purchasing more than a mortal coil. They were purchasing peace of mind. But I didn't get why Wei Peng did it. How can you live with this job? Then I reached the end of the article. His own child died in that river. A kid your age, trying to retrieve a ball in the water. Wei Peng didn't know how to swim. He couldn't do anything. And now I understand Wei Peng. Just as I understand Alex. Some people find it easier to alleviate other people's grief than to deal with their own pain head-on. Maybe that worked for you, being in that position. As long as you were taking care of me, you wouldn't have to think about yourself. Or about Astrid.
Maybe I never thought about it that way.
Me neither, you know, I only understand this now.
Okay, then. Why? If I thought I was helping you, but actually hurting, why did you come back to see me?
I really shouldn't have. I don't know what came over me.
I was happy to see you again.
Of course, I liked it too. But it also felt like a farewell.
Last week to me, that was just like before.
Alex? Are you still there? Marie had this weird rule back home. You only get to cry once. It didn't matter the reason, from bike falls to headaches to world hunger. She had this theory that there are two reasons one might cry. Either from surprise, when life sucker punches you, or from cowardice, when you give up on fighting back. You only get to cry once from surprise, she used to say. And there is no time for cowardice. Well, I think she forgot that there was a third possibility. Sometimes you cry because you've mustered up the courage to look at life how it is. Are you okay, Alex? Oh, look at me. I'm about to win the contest.
What contest?
The world's dumbest question contest.
Oh crap, Junon, I'm so sorry. You don't owe me anything. I guess I should leave you alone.
Yeah, well, haven't exactly made it easy for you.
But I'm not doing well, okay? Really, I'm not.
Wow. You don't get these heartfelt moments from him, ever. Since I left?
Let me show you something.
He wants to video chat. Oh, wow. This is, Did I ever tell you the story of the lookout? It's a very special place for us. We were driving, Alex, you and I. It was a really hot day. Alex was at the wheel. We were on our way back from a weekend at Marie's. As usual, I was stressed out from spending time with her. I was eager to get home. I was just exhausted. So when you told me your tummy was hurting, I didn't really believe you. I remember clearly thinking, oh, she's okay. And then hearing the sound. Like snow falling from the top of a roof on the first warm day. Except it wasn't snow. It was the worst pile of vomit I had ever smelled. When he saw your face in the rear view, Alex knew he had to stop immediately. He spotted some kind of rest area on the side of the road. But in the time it took for us to get there, the stench was so strong in the car, we could hardly breathe. I didn't even wait for the car to stop. I jumped out, went for your door, and squeezed you against me. I didn't care if I got dirty. I just wanted you to feel good. I thought it was my fault. I should have listened to you. Your forehead was hot. It could be serious. I carried you out to the banister on the end of the clearing and laid you on the grass. What are you doing over there?
Do you recognize the place?
Of course I do. I'll never forget the lookout.
Every time I take this road, I have to stop. The other drivers don't get it, of course. They ask me if I need assistance, if I broke down or something. I'm just trying to enjoy the view. It's so beautiful. Today I came here just for that.
Why the sudden rush of nostalgia? Did you see the deer again?
No. I never saw the deer again. I'll never see the deer again. And that really, really sucks.
Alex? You're scaring me a bit. You don't look well.
I'm not well. You were right, you know. This whole time I thought I was helping you. I thought you needed me so you wouldn't crumble. But that was a goddamn lie. I was the one who needed you. Even before Astrid died, I needed you. Helped Junon with her tyrannical mother, helped Junon with her screenwriting career. Shows Junon how to be happy. A good one. It was easier for me to think you had issues. But I was the goddamn issue.
It can't be easy for him to realize this, but he has to. At least I hope so. You're being harsh, Alex.
I'm not being harsh. That's a fact. And not everyone is as talented as you when it comes to forgetting the ugly stuff.
I remember getting in the car with you. I remember waking up in the hospital with Alex by my side. But what happened in between, it's a black hole for me. Apparently that's pretty common. During extreme events, your brain does not generate memories. It's too busy surviving. I survived, which I guess means that my brain worked really well. But since then, it's been mulling over this one question. Was it all my fault? I was half expecting your dad to hold it against me one day, anyway. But it doesn't hurt any less. That was really shitty.
I'm sorry. I'm just tired and sad. Do you want to know why I don't think about Astrid? The real reason? When I think about her, I say things to myself that hurt too much. That I will never see her again. That I will never hear her voice again. That I will never carry her to bed in my arms. How am I supposed to live with that?
If only I had the answer to that question. It takes time.
Yeah, that's it. It takes time. Except the more time passes, the worse it gets. And I'm getting tired of waiting.
What are you saying? Alex, what are you saying?
This place is as beautiful as ever, you know? Really beautiful. Bye, Jean. Good luck.
Alex, don't... Alex! Alex! Shit, I gotta get over there. Shit, Alex. I have a really bad feeling about this. Alex is strong, but... he didn't look well. I've never seen him like this. I could be imagining this, but if anything happens to him, I will never forgive myself. you remember the first time we made love?
How could I forget? Your arm got stuck as you took your shirt off, and you just stood there with your boobs out. That picture is forever etched in my memory. Beautiful.
Were you ever gonna come to my help?
Certainly not. I had waited so long for that moment. I was relishing it.
I will always love your father, you know. Forever. Being able to strip naked, completely naked, and feeling good anyway, that's rare. I hope that I will experience this feeling again one day with someone else. But I'm happy to have known that once in my life already. With him.
All right. You settled?
More or less.
And what are you up to? Are you writing again?
Shoot, Jan, how did you know?
Lady, this isn't rocket science. You're just like Mom. It's in your blood. Why do you think Alex has been pushing you all these years? You're the only one who's unaware that you're an artist.
For a long time, I thought Alex was pushing me to write out of mercy, because he thought that it would somehow fill a void in my life. It never occurred to me that maybe I was actually talented, and that he had figured it out.
You did what?
Oh, come on. I panicked. I just felt like something shady was about to happen. If you think I had any time to think. And also, I was drunk as a skunk, so...
You're insane? Completely insane?
You really think so?
Yeah. This is $3,000 whiskey. You could at least have saved me a glass.
You're so stupid. I never felt the need to lie to your father. I always told him everything, because I felt like he understood me. I can't just ignore other people's judgment. I'm not strong enough. But with Alex, I never felt judged. It's time to say goodbye to your dad, I guess. I mean, farewell to us. I can no longer be with him because your absence would take up too much space. And also because I realize now that our relationship had something kind of unhealthy. But that doesn't take away from who he is, or from what he gave me. Our story together is ending, but each of us still exists. And we're even stronger than before, because we've grown up. Ready for a better rest of our lives. Shaken, transformed, rattled, but unbroken.
How am I supposed to live with that?
Today it's your dad who feels like his heart is in a million pieces. And this time, I'm the one who can help him understand that it's not all broken. I don't know. What happened to us was as unfair as it gets. I understand why it looks impossible to overcome. But I also know that you will find a way. That's who you are, Alex. You always find solutions. I'm actually trying to learn that from him. Do you remember the Gare du Nord?
What are you talking about?
When Astrid dropped Stinky Moose and he fell on the tracks. The train pulled in and she was crying her entire life out. I was already picturing Stinky Moose split in half. And what did you do?
I borrowed a selfie stick from a tourist.
You lay down on the platform and fished out Stinky Moose, just in time. And you gave him back to Astrid without even cleaning him up? You filthy slob.
Are you still hung up on that? The whole thing was a rush. I wasn't thinking.
You'll be all right, Alex. Sometimes you need to let go of things you thought would be forever. But you're still here, unbreakable. And to be honest, Pauline is totally Eva Mendes.
Come on, you're stupid. You know I'm not actually Ryan Gosling, right?
Just let me live my fantasies, please.
Thank you, Junon. Do you think it was damaging, us being together?
To each other or to ourselves? You know what they say about falling in love? It's just finding someone whose parents messed up in similar ways how your parents messed up.
What about parents who messed us up, but we can't really put a finger on how? Do they count?
They count double. They're the worst, just like the others.
I'm sorry for what I said about Marie. I hope she gets better.
It's okay, Alex. I'm not going to blame you for always being on my side.
You know, you should go see her, in our room. 'Cause you never know.
You're right. Of course he's right. Then why is it so hard?
Junon, I need to tell you something. I know that you don't remember the accident, and I know you can't help it. And I know it's not fair, but I resent you for that. And it scares me.
I'd like to believe that knowing what happened that day wouldn't change a thing. But I know that's not true. Because there are only two options. Either my daughter is dead, or I killed my daughter. Scares.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel really angry. I think that not knowing is driving me crazy. So if one day you do remember something, anything really, please tell me.
I don't know if I will, but I'll try, Alex. I promise.
You don't owe me a thing, June. You already gave me the best years of my life.
Damn! Pulitzer Prize for wisdom!
No. I'm competing in the batshit conclusion Olympics. I've got to go, June.
Don't do anything stupid, okay?
What? No way. I would never. Did I sound that depressed to you?
A little bit, yeah. But I could be projecting.
I just need to... I'm going to call Pauline, actually. Say hi to Diane for me. And... good luck with your mom. It's going to be okay.
I think so too. I'll talk to you soon, Alex. What a conversation. But I think it really helped us. Really? Why couldn't we talk like this before? That depends on what before we're talking about here. Before you were born? Before you died? Or before we split up? Before we split up, I think we didn't feel like talking anymore. At all. Alex was paralyzed with fear. Talking about what happened made things too real. Me, on the other hand, I didn't know what was left to say. I miss you a lot, you know? What are you doing here? Did you follow me? It's forbidden to be here. Hey, wait! Where are these kids' parents? Come back! That could be dangerous! Oof! I haven't run this much since high school. Hey! Can you hear me? Hello? This kid, I swear. Anyone here? There she is. What is she up to? Hey, get down from there! It's dangerous!
Don't worry, Mom. It's fine.
No, no, no. I've got to get out of here. Seriously though, what is happening? Am I going crazy? What happened that day? There's no way I forgot everything. It's gotta be there somewhere. But it's still such a blur.
Will you be sticking around this time, or are you gonna run away again?
What the hell is happening?
Hey, what's up with the curse words? Are they allowed now?
Did you just hear what I was thinking?
Are you surprised? You've been talking to me in your head for years. Was I supposed to leave you hanging forever?
Is it really you?
Nope. It couldn't possibly be the real me, seeing how I'm... you know... dead. Like Dad used to say, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. Just make sure you think before you ask.
So what are you? A ghost? Oh, maybe I'm finally going crazy.
I'm not a ghost. At least, I don't think so. Let's just say that I'm here. Isn't that good enough?
It's more than good enough, my little fawn. This is the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Probably the most worrying thing, also.
Mom, am I really scaring you right now?
Hey, don't do that! Did nobody teach you it's rude to read people's minds?
How about you stop thinking and talk to me instead?
I'm so happy to see you.
So am I. And I think you're very pretty.
Oh, thank you, little fawn. I only sleep about 5 hours a night. My hair is so dirty that it won't budge even if I untie it, and I'm smoking more than the Amazon rainforest under Bolsonaro.
I've noticed. That's very bad, by the way. That stuff kills, Mom.
Would that be so bad?
Lame! If you really were gonna kill yourself, wouldn't you have done it by now?
You're pretty sharp for an imaginary kid.
Come on, let's check out what's upstairs. Oh, wow. The view's really nice.
Astrid. I'm sorry, Astrid.
Sorry for what?
You know.
I have no idea. I don't read minds anymore. My mom raised me better than that.
That's cute, little fawn. I'm so sorry about... That wasn't a joke.
Sorry, I'm sorry. It's just... Do you remember what happened?
No. I mean, I remember that we were going to Mina's birthday party. I was driving, but after that, it's all a blur.
See? That's why I was laughing. You totally forgot how it happened. For all you know, we were struck by a meteor through the windshield or something. So I ask again. Why are you sorry?
Stop it. I know what you're trying to do, but whatever happened, it was me, Astrid. It was my fault.
All right. You're not ready to talk. You need more time to think.
Astrid. Come back. Needs more time to think. What did she mean by that? What am I even talking about? I'm mulling over my dead daughter's imaginary advice. I'm going off the deep end here. I'm starting to remember, but it's still so blurry. As if I didn't really want. What the hell am I afraid of? What does it mean to be a mother? Is it being 100% focused on your child? Is it always knowing what to do? Never having any doubt? Is it sacrificing your ambitions? If you do all that, are you automatically a good mom? And what if you don't manage it? Does that make you a bad mom? I've asked myself all of these questions a lot. Do you want to try and find an answer together? Good mom? Bad mom? Okay, let's start with the dark thoughts. The ones that not even your light could dispel. 58 tons per year. A kid equals 58 tons of carbon dioxide per year. That's the same as 58 plane trips to New York and back, or burning 50 tons of coal. Having a baby in this world, as everything was collapsing around us, that was a stupid idea. You didn't really get the chance to witness it, but this is a funny time we're living in. Imagine having an incredible daughter and a job you've wanted forever, and then you get glued to a screen, and it bums you out. I would see people on social media, people I would never even have heard of in real life, and they were great parents, great artists, working on great stuff, having great success. Everybody seemed way ahead of me. And it felt like it was my fault for being so behind. How dared I aspire to being happy? A couple of months before you were born, Marie showed up with a cardboard box under her arm. She had found the mobile. When I was preparing for your arrival, I hung it above your crib. After you were born, I would spend hours watching it turn every time you breathed. It was always moving, finding its balance. Wonderful. Alive. Just like you, and also so fragile. Way too delicate. A mere gust of wind could have shattered it to a million pieces. Just like you. I know breastfeeding while on a cell phone isn't exactly what you picture from a perfect mother. Well, that only happened once. Or maybe twice. Or a bunch of times, actually. I loved connecting with you, you know? It was a magnetic force. Time disappeared when I looked into your eyes. But sometimes I was overwhelmed by everything else. The earth that keeps on spinning, the anxiety of not doing enough, projects at a standstill while others are going full speed, and then the fear that it would all stop. That's always a little bit there. But I think I was stronger than that in the end. Because, you know, the life of a mom is also full of fun moments. I was so fired up by your birth. I felt like I was high on drugs. I was taking care of you, working, seeing friends. I was living. Alex and I even became involved in politics. We were trading weekends to attend climate marches. I was ready to fight to make a change in the world. It kind of came out of nowhere. I was feeling gunky and I was a bit late, so I decided to take a test without putting too much stock into it. And here is the picture I sent to your dad. I remember that the stick wasn't even dry yet. Can you imagine the surprise? I'll admit that back then, I didn't know whether I would be pregnant one day. Your dad and I hadn't really planned it this way. We'd been talking for a while about having a kid one day, but that was only a plan. In the meantime, we were being careful, but we obviously hadn't met you yet. Of course, a mere condom wasn't going to stop you. As soon as I saw the test, my head exploded, my little fawn. I was happy. Just happy. Nothing else. It was an incredible feeling. That was the year before you were born. Alex had been on my ass to get in touch with the friend of a cousin of one of his friends who was a producer. Anyway, I was supposed to schedule a meeting with him during the next Cannes festival. I wasn't planning on going to Cannes at all. But I did what I was told. I managed to slip into a party where I eventually met the guy, and it worked out. Yeah. We spent the night smoking cigs, sounding off about the worst turkeys from the festival. And a few weeks later, I was writing a spec for a series. I found it adorable that Marie came to bring us this mobile. And yet, I was scared when I learned I was pregnant. I was scared at the mere idea of telling her. It was beyond me. I panicked. So I decided to hide you for as long as I could. Obviously, she eventually noticed that I was pregnant. And her reaction was unexpected. She was jumping for joy. Why had I been so scared? It seemed so silly. Thus, within the span of a year, I delivered 2 babies. Astrid, in January, just over 8 pounds, hungry as a wolf, and a mug to die for. And then my first professional screenplay in August. 47 pages. A veritable leap forward in my career. All of a sudden, things just fell into place. I was a screenwriter. I was getting paid for writing. Sure, it was a crappy series, but that turd paid very well. I was so proud of everything that was happening to me. And at the same time, I lost sleep over it for weeks. Oh, wow. I just remembered something that happened years ago. I guess I was 16 or 17 years old. I was in my room, staring at this mobile instead of doing my homework. I don't know why I'd kept it hung to the ceiling up to that day. Marie was in the next room, the living room, giving an interview. It was a first. I overheard her talking to the journalist with a soft voice. She was obviously trying to win her over. It was funny at first. She was giving all these juicy details about the crazy nights of a female artist in the 80s. And then she said she got pregnant after one of those nights. And at that time, she seriously thought about giving up the child. And suddenly, I understood that that child, the one she didn't want, that mistake, that was me. To me, being a mom was one of the greatest joys in my life. I wanted to feel you growing inside of me and then meet you and live all that, the whole experience. And writing was the same. I really wanted to do it, and then I actually did. I wanted these things. I bore them and I cherished them. But I struggled with them too, because I was scared. I had doubts, but really most of all I had this lingering feeling that maybe I shouldn't have been there. And when I lost you, and writing had lost its meaning, that feeling came back with a vengeance. This feeling, this knowledge that whatever I do, it is not enough.
Why are you sorry?